Hello, avid readers, book nerds, and casual observers. Welcome to the read-along brought to you by the Lit Round Table. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Anna, and this is our read-along of Star Wars Queen's Shadow by E.K. Johnston.
Welcome, everyone, to Part 7.
Part 7, talking about chapters 18 through 22 today.
Mm-hmm.
And then for next time,
5
we're going to
chapters.
finish the dang book, so we're almost done.
Yippee!
Whoop, whoop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. We're on Naboo.
Yeah, a little bit more happened in this chapter. So actually, we ended up on 3 different planets for this section.
Mm-hmm.
Starting on Naboo.
Mm-hmm.
Got to have a nice little homecoming. Witness Padme not being like super good with babies. Like she was fine, but not. She's not good at everything, people, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Which was kind of refreshing.
Yeah. She's such a Mary Sue. I'm just kidding.
She's not. She's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing her family was really sweet.
Mm-hmm. This is the first time that I've met or interacted with any media depicting Padme's parents.
Yeah.
I
Same.
don't know about you.
Same.
So that was interesting. Her dad's like a lecturer and also builds things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
And also, side note, apologies if there's any like kids in the background because the pool for our apartment is right outside, like 30 feet away.
Which was so funny because I didn't hear them at all when we were recording, but then when I listened back to last time's episode, I was like, oh my gosh, there are kids.
Yeah.
Which also I have neighborhood kids that will often cause a ruckus, so
it
happens.
You know, the people here actually use the pool.
That's great.
Which is kind of, good for them. I'm happy for them. Use it while I can. So anyway, met Padme's parents. Also, one of her former handmaidens that moved on to other things was doing stuff with blue algae and like food production stuff. Mm-hmm. And that is apparently really been doing really well. And I think that's going to play into this disaster situation on this other planet.
For sure. We're already, like, before... So, like, part 5 opens up with a disaster on this other planet, a natural disaster where they are needing mutual aid. But before that happens, Padme is already suggesting to the Queen that Naboo get more involved in charity work and, like, helping planets. More with the idea of, like, reducing piracy by providing for those planets in the outer rim that are lacking, that, like, the pirates come from. But natural disaster, I think, also easily slots into that kind of proposition. So
humanitarian effort, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. But anyway, it was really cool to meet her parents and her sister and niece and learn about what's been going on back home.
Yeah.
That's been really interesting. R2-D2 playing with a baby.
And being a good little babysitter, minus he was using his little, like, zapper.
Yeah.
To entertain the baby. But, that was perfect. And then also, Padme's sister asks her why she has an astromech droid, and she goes, well, he's a Naboo hero, but also he just makes me smile. And I was like, super valid. R2-D2 is wonderful. So...
R2 also makes me smile.
Yes.
So.
Super valid. I love it. But, yeah.
Let's see. So that was Naboo, but they got called back to Coruscant for an emergency. Oh no, that was after they were back.
Yes. They ended up going back. Well, it was like as they arrived, they got.
Yeah, like that day, pretty much.
Yeah.
Or that night.
Like they landed. Padme was changing out of her travel clothes into an
Senatorial.
emergency session kind
Yeah.
of outfit. So, also a lot of talk about the outfits change for this next session. She's trying to be more utilitarian in her wardrobe.
Yeah.
And trying to fit in like the persona that she's trying to create for herself as Senator Amidala versus they were like walking a line between Queen Amidala and Senator Amidala, and now they're just full Senator Amidala, which I think is going to be good.
Yep, for sure. I feel like so her outfit in episode 2, like the all white situation, like on Geonosis. I feel like they mentioned that outfit because they were talking about how, this is a much better, like this would have been much easier for you to not fall out of a tree in.
Right. Yes. Yes.
So like she's got her, like, I don't even know what you'd call it. Her,
It's like I think they called it a jumpsuit
okay, sure.
of sorts.
This is my I'm going to be potentially I need to be athletic in this moment suit. And,
right.
Which you can't move around as well in big bulky dresses, so
Or the headpieces. She specifically knows that
Right.
she's glad that a lot of those are going into storage in favor of simpler hair. And also they're using like hairpins that can be used as tools or weapons. So anticipating that coming into play.
yeah. So the emergency session is about, like you said, natural disaster, a big earthquake happens on another planet, and like knocks out all their aquifers. They have no water. They can't grow food. They can't drink any water. There's flooding happenings because dams broke. Like
Right.
it's just a big mess.
Yeah.
So they're trying to figure out what to do about that. And
Someone suggests full evacuation of a planet, which I think is
well,
wild. And then they're like, yeah, we could, but we're talking millions of people. We don't know where to put them. And then Palpatine's like, that's going to be a last resort. We're not
Yeah.
doing that. Somebody
also
else speak up.
probably, as what's his name, Clovis. He would probably be concerned with that plan because it's probably the most expensive plan too.
Right, yes. He's very money conscious.
So he comes in and he's like, let's go in and do an evaluation and figure out what they need and what that's going to cost, and then go from there. And I'm like, typical son of a banker. Like, of course.
Yeah, I was also a little put off. Like, obviously that makes sense. They used the word audit, and I was like, oh my gosh, audits take for freaking ever.
Yeah.
Which was also Padme's kind of response internally. They're like, oh, that's going to take a long time. But then they send, like, she volunteers to go with them. She brings R2. So it's Bonteri, that one lady that she had been meeting with previously.
Yeah.
Her aide, Clovis, Padme, and R2-D2.
And a
Jedi, who I want to talk about.
Okay.
So 6 people are going to do an audit on this planet, which I thought was... I kind of think that's insane, personally.
Right. A whole planet.
But I guess when they get there, they meet with the liaison, and she is explaining, like, what the situation is. So I guess, like... Oh, and I guess the senator from that planet, too. So 7 people, or whatever. One more than I said. So I guess they're going to get a first-hand account of what's happening. But so that's not really an audit. You know what I mean?
It's more like confirmation. Like,
right. Of how dire the situation is.
Yeah, they have to see it for themselves. Which Padme says was part of the problem with Naboo, with the Trade Federation, was nobody could go in and see what was happening. They just had to take her word for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am hopeful that, like, they immediately are able to assess that the problem isn't that there isn't water, they just can't get the water where it needs to be. And they need permacrete, which Padme's been on a committee about that already. So all the stars are aligning for something good to happen here. So that's good.
Yeah.
But this Jedi, did you catch her name?
I don't. Her name was not familiar to me.
Oh. See, I was like, that name is kind of familiar. I need to look up who that is. So it's Jedi Billaba. Billaba. Billaba.
Okay.
And she was trained by Mace Windu.
Cool.
And if you've watched Bad Batch, she's in the first episode of the Bad Batch.
Is that Kanan's master?
Yes.
Ah, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Kanan's master.
That's cool.
So I was like, that
Nice.
name is familiar. And then I looked at her and I was like, that's so cool. So I'm excited to see more of her. Because we really...
It's funny because that's...
You don't get a lot of her. But...
Yeah. Spoiler. Order 66 happens like right at the beginning of the Bad Batch show.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny that you say that it was her though, because that's the kind of person that I had in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Luminara adjacent, but not
Yes.
Luminara.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. She seems
that's-
very
yeah.
cryptic and like in touch with the Force in a way that I'm not saying that Qui-Gon was not in touch with the Force, but he was not as like willing to give in to its spiritualism, I think. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I don't even know. He's a much more like down to earth kind of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he is very spiritual because after all, he figured out how to like become one
That's
with the
true.
Force.
That's true.
So, like,
I'm saying
he-
that I'm only bringing up Qui-Gon because Padme compares her to Qui-Gon
Right.
a lot. Because that's her Jedi comparison.
I feel like Qui-Gon was just able to use that in a way that was really like applicable to people and relevant. Like it seems like this lady Balaba,
Billaba.
Balaba,
I don't know.
like Padme is saying like Qui-Gon looks at you, and it feels like he's looking into you, and like he sees you, you know, and she looks at you, and it's like she's looking past you or through
Right.
you.
Until the very end of that chapter where she looks at Padme
Yeah,
and then she says some really cryptic things about, you're a lot like you were before. You haven't changed a whole lot. And it's just some like kind of weird Master Yoda, like kind of behavior. You know what I mean?
yeah, like fortune tellery, like you
Right,
know.
yes, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Qui-Gon didn't do a lot of that.
No, he just like looked at her and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're the queen."
Right.
Like he sees through things and he sees things for what they really are,
Right.
and he's practical, you know.
Right.
Man,
Yeah.
I miss Qui-Gon so
I
much.
know. I do too.
He's one of the best Jedi ever, like quintessential Jedi in my mind.
Yeah. It's good.
Qui-Gon.
But also, we know that this Jedi Master, Kanan, being such an important character in the Rebels show, she's very critical to his journey. So I know that she doesn't last very long, but
Yeah.
I mean, she's been around a long time, but like we don't know her in the traditional canon for very long.
Right.
But I know that she was an influential force in Kanan's life, and Kanan is a very important person, in my opinion, as someone who
Yeah.
loves Rebels.
Yes,
So,
for sure. Yeah, new Jedi. Who dis? It's fun that she was trained by Mace Windu. It's fun when you like get so you think about like who trained who and who's from which like line of like trainers, because you've got like the Yoda line where it was like Yoda trained Qui-Gon, Yoda trained Dooku, who trained Qui-Gon, who trained Obi-Wan, who trained Anakin. And,
Right.
But you've got like all these
Right.
other...
Why doesn't Yoda take more responsibility for some of that nonsense? Anyway.
Yeah. So you get like... You see these like different like training legacies, you know, which Yoda's is like, okay, you got 2 Sith Lords in there, buddy. What happened?
Right. That's what I mean.
You've got Dooku and Anakin that both turned. But then, yeah, you don't really hear about people that were apprentices to Mace Windu. Like, we don't... in none of the Star Wars media I have ingested has Mace Windu had a Padawan. You know?
Right. Like, obviously he did, but
Right.
they don't talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like most Jedi have Padawans at some point. Even Anakin did. So,
that's
and he
kind of
wasn't even a
that's the
master.
structure.
Yeah. They pair you off. Yeah, so it's just interesting to hear all those different lineages in a way, not in like a genetic sense, but in a, you know,
Training sense.
yeah. So just interesting. Yeah, so they're going to try to solve this big problem on this planet with this earthquake, and I think that you're right that the stage has been set for Padme to kind of swoop in and be the hero in this thing.
Yeah.
With her permacrete connections and this blue algae thing on Naboo, she can really... I feel like this is going to be, in theory, I mean, I'm sure complications will arise. Maybe some pirate shenanigans or something.
Not in this book. I'm
Yeah.
sure that's coming. Because I guess the intro to Chapter 5 had a little like news excerpt about pirates being a problem. But
Yeah.
there's not that much of the book left, so I can't imagine we solve that problem by the end of this book. I do think that the blue algae stuff is also setting up Jar Jar to become a senator. Because the blue algae is
you're right.
specifically something that Arate is working with the Gungans on.
Yeah.
So I am foreseeing that in the not so distant future, the Gungans are going to be like, well, it's our stuff that's helping you so much with this humanitarian effort. And we're natives to this planet, so we should have a voice. Which is super fair. The choice of Jar Jar is questionable.
He is just the definition of failing upwards.
He really
just,
is.
Like, he is a klutz who finds himself in the most outrageous, you know, I still like, I enjoy the theory of him being evil. How it's like, it's a facade. I enjoy the theory. I know it's not true, but I enjoy the theory.
It's a funny theory.
Yeah. Remember all the like, Snoke is Jar Jar, or Snoke's master is Jar Jar, or like all that, you know, craziness that was going on after Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I think that we're going to see that propel Jar Jar into the Senate also, which I can't wait to hear the audiobook of this, you know, the voice actor for Padme also trying to be Jar Jar. That would be really funny.
Yeah.
Unless they bring in the voice actor for Jar Jar from Clone Wars too.
Well, maybe they will.
Yeah, maybe.
It is Star Wars.
R2 is just beeps and whistles, just like in the movies.
Right.
In the audiobook, so.
That's been a consistent Star Wars audiobook feature.
Yeah.
Any audiobook I've listened to in my many, many years of listening to Star Wars audiobooks, R2 is always beeps and whistles.
Yep.
As he should be.
Yep.
So.
Cool. So what's on the docket for next time?
Just finish the book, man.
Oh, right. Finish
Read
that
it
thing.
up. Finish that thing.
Nice.
So,
Exciting.
yeah. And that's going to be our last read-along episode.
Mm-hmm.
The pod is coming to an end.
It is. You know, we've got busy, busy lives.
And we've enjoyed the time we've had in this space. So.
Yeah. So, I guess, until next time, happy reading.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Later.
Bye.